Man, it's been a great chaos since we've had a new Ken Carson album. And Ken Carson's last album was called X. And man, I'm gonna say right now, I think it's definitely like a underground classic. Project X, also a classic. Ken Carson's 2 for 2. And Ken Carson just announced on Twitter a great chaos dropping July 17th. And I know for a fact it's an album. Some people are speculating that it was maybe a merch drop, but man, it's definitely an album. And Ken Carson's hyperpop sound is just perfect for summer. Like, I remember last year driving around. I was in a different city last year, just listening to the album X, and I was just bumping. I was bumping to Nobody. I was bumping to Freestyle 1, Freestyle 2. You know what I mean? I was bumping to New. I was bumping to Gems. And it's just like summer vibes, just those synths. And I'm just super stoked. And, Destroy Lonely just recently dropped If Looks Could Kill. So 29K first week, which is a massive W. OPM signees, or I guess Playboy Cardi signees, are officially breaking to the mainstream, and I hope Ken Carson can kind of break out of the mainstream too, because Ken Carson right now is the top of the underground. He's sitting at 3.5 million monthly listeners, and the biggest song on It Looks to Kill was Money and Sex Bonus, and those 3 to 4 pauses at the beginning, and hearing Ken Carson's voice being like, yeah, so fire. And man, people are just like in the mainstream are kind of stoked for Ken Carson, because that's the top song, 4.7 million streams on It Looks to Kill. People are ready for Ken Carson's breakthrough project, and I think it's gonna happen. And I think the lead single on it is gonna be called Need You, which came out around Valentine's Day, and it was just like a heavy synth banger hyperpop song about him just talking about love, you know what I mean, with the Ken Carson S that he always does, and it's just beautiful. And that was one of my favorite songs that dropped in 2023 as a single, and it was Ken Carson. And I think Ken Carson's slowly about to do a rollout pretty soon here, because you know how Opium kind of announces projects like relatively quick. Like even when those salads came out, it was a pretty quick rollout. Like once they're about to drop something, they're about to drop something. So my speculation is Ken Carson's maybe gonna drop another single leading up to a great chaos. Maybe we'll have a few leaked songs, and then it's gonna be full rollout time. You know what I mean? And one thing I do want to say, I don't think Cardi's dropping this year. If he is gonna drop, maybe November. He really doesn't need to drop. He's just chilling right now. He's just chilling. But yeah, let's just go to the next slide. A Great Chaos, July 17th. And I remember Ken Carson tweeting out July, and I was like, you know what, I should make a video on it. I know he's probably going to be dropping in July, and he dropped X in July, so man, I'm super stoked. I'm like booted up for this, you know what I mean? And I think he's going to be dropping something pretty soon as well, again, you know what I mean? So it's going to be a great summer for the underground, a great chaos. I can see why people may think it's merch. I don't think he's gonna do merch for a single, you know what I mean? But it's definitely an album. You know what I mean? I really hope it's an album release, June 17th. Let's just take a look at July 17th. Let's take a look at the calendar. July 17th. It does kind of fall on a Monday. That's kind of the weird part. So maybe he's gonna drop it on the 14th. Man, that's really weird. It's 17th on a Monday, man. That kind of worries me. But maybe he's not worried about first week sales. So that's interesting. That's really interesting. But the narrative right now I'm gonna make is A Great Chaos is June 17th or July 17th, and it's an album, man. I'm very stoked for it. We need Ken Carson music. He'll drop A Great Chaos, and in August he's gonna drop Opium Twins with Destroy Lonely. At least I hope so, man. But anyways, let me know in the comments what you guys think. Like this video and subscribe, and let me know in the comments. Is this an album? Is this a single? Is this a merch drop? Because let's be real, man. This is kind of weak clothing if it's a merch drop. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's not a merch drop because it says it's available now. So it's got to be an album. Maybe he's dropping on a Monday, but maybe the 14th or the 21st is kind of the dates towards it. Maybe he's just kind of tricking all the fans, because he did technically lie about I have no new music coming out soon. So you never know. But anyways, let me know in the comments like this video, subscribe, and now the video is officially over. Thank you for watching. Peace.